Alright guys, my name is Philip, and today I want to talk about something that I sort of realized for about a month ago. And the thing is, a lot of people keep asking me for help on the YouTube comment section, on other things, other places, and they keep saying, you know, they keep relapsing and how do I stop it and such. And I have answered, I think, all of those comments, but the thing is I can't really fit everything I want to say in just one comment, which is why I'm trying to make this video now. And also I want to make this video because I don't think that trying to directly help people who constantly relapse, to try to sort of directly help them with your sort of egoistic perception of what they should do, I don't think it helps, because it makes them a bit desperate and tense, and it also distracts them from what it's really about. And I remember I was watching a video from Andrew Radaman, who's also a fellow Fapstronaut, and he kept saying, you know, NoFap, it's bigger than us, this thing is bigger than us. And it's absolutely right, it's bigger than us. But it is also, in a way, all us. Now, here's the very strange thing, and this is now my sort of epiphany that I had for a month ago. Every single person in the entire world, we're all trying to achieve the very same thing. We have different perception of what that thing is. We have different ways of trying to get to that one thing. We have different priorities. Some people prioritize short term, some people prioritize long term. And we have completely different ways to achieve that one thing. And now our magical language has come up with some ways of explaining this one thing or describing this one thing. We say happiness, we say success, we say prosperity. But the word I'm gonna use for this video is the word that's being used by Hindus, which is Nirvana. Nirvana means just a state of complete awareness and bliss and comfort and spiritual health. Now everybody, and we all have different ways of describing it, which is why you might disagree now and say, no, I'm not trying to achieve some fucking nirvana, what are you talking about? Yes, you kind of are, but you have a different way of describing it. See, for you it might not be nirvana. For you it might be, you know, a big house on the top of Beverly Hills with a swimming pool full of babes. That might be your nirvana. But you're still trying to achieve the same thing. Now the only reason a person does anything ever is because it's a good idea right now and right here. If it's not a good idea, in our opinion, if it's not a good idea in our opinion to do something, we won't do it. And you might say, well, what if a person has a gun to his head and is forced to do something? Well, then he's doing that thing that he's forced to because it's a good idea for him at the very moment, because or else he'll get his brain blow out, right? So it comes to everything that, like, the deep reason why we're doing anything ever is because it's a good idea. Why is it a good idea? Because by doing that, we are, in our opinions at least, getting closer to that one thing. We're getting closer to nirvana by doing it. So we're all here for the same purpose, we're all trying to achieve the same thing. But here's the sort of twist, alright? Now nature has a sort of sadistic humor, in a way. Nature likes to to keep you further away from Nirvana, the closer you're trying to get to it. See, the selfish way of trying to achieve Nirvana is trying to, just get the most money, get the most babes, get the most blowjobs before you die. That is a selfish, egoistic, narcissistic way of trying to reach Nirvana. Now, what that is actually essentially going to do is it's going to take you away from Nirvana. See, the more we're trying to desperately achieve happiness, desperately achieve spiritual health, all of these things, the further nature forces us away from it. And I don't think there's any way of actually achieving Nirvana by its purest form, by its dictionary definition of what Nirvana really is in its purest form. I don't think there's any way anyone can ever achieve such a blissful, magnificent state. But let's just try to get as close as we can to it. But at the same time, don't think about it. Because the more you're trying to desperately get there, the further you're going away. See, nature punishes us for doing egoistic things. And it rewards us for being humble. Now, nature doesn't. It's kind of hard to see or to recognize. The reason for that is there's no material involved. See, nature doesn't reward you with gold and treasure, or take it away from you when you're selfish. Nature rewards you with happiness and fulfillment, and punishes you with sadness and unfulfillment. So, what the hell does this have anything to do with NoFap, right? Well, I think the reason why a lot of people are relapsing is because they're doing NoFap for themselves. And by doing NoFap for themselves, they are inevitably getting this hard wake-up call that, man, it's not worth it if you're just doing it for yourself. And it's not going to make you happy if you're just doing it for yourself. And it's a thing that a lot of other Fapsonauts keep saying as well. Don't do NoFap for just NoFap. Right? Oh, the sun comes out now. It's beautiful. And it's absolutely correct. Do NoFap because you're trying to create a better world. You're trying to be better to others, right? Because there's also another paradox here that I want to mention. I like to call it the white knight paradox. The white knight paradox is, these guys that are always really nice to women. They're always really nice to women. They're always giving women. They're always treating women like princesses, being really nice to them, pandering to them all the time. And at first you see it and you think that's the opposite of selfishness. They are basically destroying their own lives just to improve the life of some princess. That's not the reality of it. The reason why they're pandering to these women, the reason why they're being so overly nice all the time, is because they're trying to get a blowjob. And it leaves them unhappy, it leaves them disappointed. See, selfishness always leaves you with disappointment. Selfishness always leaves you with sadness. Because you're not going to achieve what you want to achieve. So these white knights, they're doing really nice things. And they are actually nice, objectively speaking, but they're doing it with the completely wrong mentality, because deep down, they're only doing it to get some pussy. And that's going to leave them disappointed, that's going to leave them unfulfilled. And that comes to everything, absolutely everything. Alright? You're trying to eat chocolate cake to get happy, and then it leaves you unhappy in the long run. You're trying to. It's everything, absolutely everything. You can apply this to absolutely everything. It's an general rule of nature. All right. The further, the more you're desperately trying to achieve happiness, the more you're desperately trying to achieve nirvana by whatever you want to do. If nirvana is, in your perception, is a blowjob from a 10 out of 10 chick, and you're trying to achieve that nirvana by pandering to her and being really, really nice to her in this materialistic, weird way, you're only gonna get further away from nirvana, which in your perception now, in this case, is a blowjob from her. She's not gonna give you that blowjob. And that's gonna leave you unfulfilled, that's gonna leave you sad, because you desperately tried to achieve nirvana. So in other words, you got further away from the blowjob, you got further away from nirvana, because you were trying to get closer to nirvana, because you were trying to get closer to the blowjob. It's the same thing, it's the same thing. And it applies to everything in nature. And it applies to NoFap, guys. Don't do NoFap because you're trying to get laid a lot. Don't do NoFap because you're trying to, brag to other people about how awesome you are, and just, resisting from masturbation and how difficult it is. Oh, it's so fucking difficult. It's so fucking hard. I haven't masturbated for a whole fucking month. Do you know how fucking hard that is? I'm fucking hard, man. Don't do it like that, because then you're gonna, sit there and go, is this really worth doing if I'm only doing it to show off? Am I now actually getting further away from nirvana by trying to get closer to it? Because I'm really just doing this for fame, I'm really just doing this for blowjobs, and I'm really just doing this because I want to get a bigger ego. Because that big ego is gonna destroy you, man. The smaller your ego is, the more happy you are. And so, yeah, I think I sort of repeated everything I wanted to say like 5 times. So, hopefully you get what I mean. And this is an attempt from me to not directly trying to help with your specific issue on NoFap, but rather trying to change your mentality around NoFap in a way that's more healthy, that's more helpful, and also makes you more patient. Because the more you're humble, the more patient you are as well. Because you don't go into NoFap thinking, all right, I'm doing NoFap now, and in 1 month I'm gonna get all the pussy I want. In 1 month I can lift twice as much in bench press. In 1 month I'll get the smoothest skin. Everyone's gonna admire me. If you go into NoFap with that mentality, you're gonna get fucked. Be humble, be patient. Humbleness and patience is the same thing. It's actually synonyms, really. And selfishness and impatience are also synonyms. They're the very same thing. So be humble, be patient. And you'll be fine. And I know I'm gonna wrap this video up with a really cheesy cliche quote, but it's very true as well. Life is a journey, not a destination. So don't try to reach the destination, guys, because the destination doesn't exist. And the hard reality is you're never gonna achieve nirvana. But the only way you're even gonna get close to it is by not desperately trying to achieve it. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope it helped you. Goodbye.